Hi, welcome to the first episode of the Untitled Dsi Game Devlog. So, first thing I want to show you guys is the unique projectile maker that I recently started work on. So first things first, let's go to scripts and let's click on projectile maker. So first thing you're gonna see is obviously the create asset menu. You can actually make a new projectile. I mean a custom projectile. And this custom projectile uh it's not actually a real projectile. It's more of stats, but I just call it projectile because well they're gonna have different design and you could anyways. So at at base the player projectile, the player will be able to pick from let's see three elements. One is the electrified perk for the projectile, which will hit nearby enemies, and the next one is the on the on fire perk, which will set enemies on fire and uh deal damage over time and will also spread. Now the standard sludge, this is the sludge. This is the element that the player will always start with by default. Now here comes like the stuff I'm gonna think about later on when the game is like probably in beta and people start testing it, is projectile piercing. Now I know how to deal with projectile piercing. I just don't know how to deal with it between multiplayer settings. Anyways, projectile damage values. This doesn't matter. I was supposed to delete this, but I'm gonna keep this here for debug reasons. And these are the min and max damage values. So the player, for example, when they pick up an item, the item will either have the ability to increase your max damage and your min damage, or it will have the ability to just increase your max damage, and vice versa. I don't know why I have this update. I don't know why. Anyways, yeah, that's all I have for the projectile maker. Of course, I'm gonna add more things. Remember, this is data container, so uh simple data container, but I'm gonna definitely gonna revamp the projectile maker. Well, I'm not revamp the whole thing. It's still gonna have the same idea, but probably just revamp the whole script because this should make things more organized. Anyways, so that's pretty much it for the projectile maker. Now, you can like I said, you can actually make a new projectile from here. Scriptable logic and stuff. I already made three stats. These three stats are the electric ball, fireball, sludge ball. And you already know what they do. Uh, it hits nearby enemy, spreads, slows the target. You could tweak the damage value right here, but I keep this right here, so I don't have to worry about the you know. Anyways, so that's pretty much it. No, that's not it. I still got some things I want to show you. Like for example, when you go to prefabs and how do you actually put the stats on on the projectile? So what I did is I made a prefab called the sludge ball, and it put it and I caught it and I made a script called projectile player projectile stats. And this will determine what kind of stats this projectile will have or start with. And of course it has yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah. It's kind of unorganized right now, but I can definitely organize this. In reality, when I really wanted to do, I wanted the player. I mean, no, I wanted to actually make a projectile maker. Like, I wanted to make everything. I want the player to make their own projectile. What stats the projectile will have, but that's a lot of scope creep right there. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm only one person. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna stick what I have. It's it it's coming it's coming okay. Really like how I did the audio controller, the player projectile stats and stuff. Actually, I'm gonna show you what I have now. So this is the environment. It's an Untitled DSi game. So you know the limited graphics from old DSi games and stuff. Yeah, this is what I'm trying to do. So the player can move, tilt, like so this is actually called what do you call it? Strafing. So if the player is strafing either left or right, they'll actually go faster when they're strafing. And then when they're going forward, they actually go a little bit more slower. When they go back, they go a little bit more slower. But this is shooting actually. I have audio, but it's not fully implemented. Uh, yeah, and then so this is the sludge ball by default, and of course there'll be other projectiles that look different. Like say for example the electric ball, it will have electric going around it, and for the fireball, it will have fire going around it, or magma, something like that. And actually, I've made a thought to actually have the sludge ball absorb the elements, and instead of just changing the very projectile, the sludge ball will actually just have the stat of electrified and deal electric damage, and with fire and stuff, which will make it simple instead of just changing projectiles all the time. So when you shoot this cube, actually it makes a little cool effect, as you can see. I'm using dot tween. It's really good. It's a really good it's a really good thing to use. Yeah, it gets bigger, but don't worry about that. I guess I'm gonna follow the map now. But that's pretty much it. All I wanted to show you guys. Yeah, next episode I'm probably gonna be working more on the projectile maker, so I can actually add more elements. And next episode definitely gonna show you guys enemies and more audio fixes. So yeah, stay tuned. I'll see you guys in the next episode.